what we're gonna do is, since we're starting from 0, 0, and then go 1/3 of width, which is here, and 1/4 of height, which is here. So we grab this image, but then all we do is change the x and y position. If you remember, you can add either 88, but why add 88 if we can just add 1/3 of an image to it. So it's gonna start from here. Then we add 2/3 to start from here. I think so at least. So, well, let's just type in top.x image underscore width divided by 3. And obviously we're not going to change height because you're gonna move. If we change height, we're gonna move down. So you see, we have second image. Now we can technically keep changing x or y to define the height of image. So let's first do the row. Row? Yes. Yeah, let's first do the row. So if you pass in 0, you're gonna start on this row. If you pass in 1, you start on this row. If you pass 2, you start on this row, and if you pass 3, you start on this row. So as you can see, gonna keep moving down, so we're gonna change crop y. And we're not gonna make it equals to row, because row is gonna be 0, 1. So it's gonna move 1 pixel if you add 1. You're gonna do row multiplied by image height divided by 4. And let's put that in brackets just in case. So it divides by 4 first. So it's the same image, and that is because we are passing 0 for a row. So let's pass 1. So it should stand to the left if we pass 1. Yep. So if you pass 2, it will stand to the right, and if you let's pass 3 just in case. So it should be this image. Yep, correct. Now we have the image. Now we need to start animation at 0 and end. Let's change this to 2. So it will start at 0 and end on this one. Because it's 0, 1, 2. And then the row obviously is depending on what you choose for the third number. So 3, so it's gonna keep doing this animation. Well, let's change this back to 0. So we're gonna see him walking down. Obviously we need to use those values, begin frame and end frame, which is 0 and 2 at the moment. And what we want to do is move x based on the frame. So what we need to do is actually create another variable called current frame. And what we're gonna do is keep adding current frame, but if end frame is less than current frame, we're gonna set current frame to begin frame. So if it reaches the end, reset it back to 0. Otherwise, increase it. We can get rid of those then. Yep. Okay. And obviously now we just current frame multiplied by this. And it's gone. Why is it gone? Let's comment this out. Well, there's one problem. We're not setting current frame. We're not defining it. Okay, so if it's 0, it works. If it's 1, it works. If it's 2, it works. Well, obviously if it's 3, it's not gonna work. So let's set it back to 0. Current frame. Where the heck is this? Oh, shouldn't that be other way? No, that shouldn't be other way. There you go. So it is playing the animation, and I believe it's playing all 3 of them. But as you can see, it's a little bit fast. But let's change. Let's change the row to. Let's see him walking left. So let's change this to 1. There you go. I still can't tell if it's playing only 2 frames or 3. Well, first let's slow him down a little bit. And that's where we're gonna use the speed value, which we pass in here. And the one we're passing 5. So we are going to create a timer. And to do that, first create a variable to keep the track of the time. Like we can make a time check as well. And just name it time check. Or animation delay. That will be actually a better name for this. So if animation delay is greater than animation delay plus speed is actually less than SDL underscore get text. Technically it's not animation delay, but it causes the delay, so what causes actual delay is the speed. But yeah. So animation delay equals SDL underscore get text. Get text. So this will only run every 5 milliseconds, which is quite fast. We can slow it down to well, I think proper speed would be well, 500 would be every half a second. The image would change, which is I think still too slow. As you can see, animation is not really running properly either. And I know how to fix it, so the image still needs a few tweaks. But it runs the animation every half of a second. If you change this to 2, obviously it will run the other way. And actually, let's change this to 250, so it's gonna be twice as fast. And obviously we can make it 150, so it's gonna play animation even faster. I think 200 will be pretty good speed. Well, we'll see once we have animation for when you click, it will actually play proper animations. So let's check let's make this 3. And let's check animation running upwards. Okay. Let me do a few tweaks to the image. Okay, so I did a few changes to the sprite, and to fix this I had to add another one. So it's going to be 4x4 now. And this will not end at 2, but it will end at 3, because there's 4 of them now. Since we start from 0, that's why it's 3. So that's done, and yeah. Yep, now, yes, we need to change one little thing in our sprite. As you can see, those values shouldn't be 4 or 3, but those should be 4s. Therefore, we need to keep track of the width and the amount of frames that are on X position and amount of frames that are on Y position. Well, we can do two things. We can either keep passing them in on play animation. We can also use end frame, but that will mess up if you want. That will mess up your animation if you're not using the whole animation, if you know what I mean. So the only way to do it is create another function called setup animation.